Hello everyone, welcome to the Ozark Outpost. This is Global War 85, Operation Nike, China 7.7. Alright, things ain't looking too good for the Chinese, but they're going to do what they can. So we start off with tech. They lost Beijing, so they just get 2 tech roles now. So they're trying computers and long-range missiles. Okay. They did get long-range missiles. They once again missed computers. So that completes long-range missiles for China, which will have a small impact on their turn. We'll just go ahead and do that now. Since they completed long-range missiles, they get to put 2 anti-ship missiles on their dashboard, which they are going to use this turn now. Okay, there's that. Now we go back over here. Because, and I forgot this on China's last turn, I believe, counterforce release authorization. Let's see here, make sure I say this right. Okay, China had a major army base captured by the Soviets in Beijing. And if I remember correctly, having a major base captured, I believe, does satisfy the major base destroyed requirement for counterforce release authorization. And the one I forgot last turn, I'm pretty sure. The Soviets are in eastern Xinjiang, which is right next door to western Tibet, which has a missile silo. So they also get a counterforce release roll for that. So it is going to be a total of 10. 10 D12s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12. Trying for counterforce release authorization. There's a couple of 11s. That's enough to do the job. So, China, grab a roundel here. China is now released for counterforce nukes against FEC. So let's go over here and visit the dashboard. Put that right there in the counterforce box. They can now shoot 1 IRBM or 1 ICBM. And national morale goes up to 1 because they completed a tech. So, there we are. All right, now purchase. They're spending 15 on 5 light infantry and the remaining 2 on a paramilitary. All right, combat. Well, China still has 2 theater missiles. So this one in eastern Tibet is going to shoot 1, 2 into eastern Xinjiang and target the minor army base there. The theater missile over here in Zhejiang is going to do the same as before. 1, 2, 3, 4. Target the minor army or major army base in Vladivostok. And then the feature event for this turn, the Chinese are getting down to it. They're getting desperate. So there's going to be an all-out attack on this Soviet fleet here in P-16, which is that. So, this is what's going to go down. The SSG is coming off silent running. He's going to back off to P-17 because you can't shoot anti-ship missiles into the same zone you occupy. So he's shooting 2 YJ-8s into here. The SSN comes off silent running. He backs off to P-17, and he's going to shoot those 2 brand new anti-ship missiles they just got into there. The 2 diesel boats there are coming off silent running, and they are mounting an attack. The missile patrol boat is coming out of port and is going to attack along with them. The H-6 maritime bomber here in Zhejiang is going to fire a pair of Silkworm anti-ship missiles into that zone to attack the ships. And I think I forgot to mention there's going to be spy satellite support. So their missiles will have full surface target select. So that's what is happening. We will start off, of course, with the theater missiles. So here we go. We're targeting a minor army base in eastern Zhejiang and a major army base in Vladivostok. So we'll do the minor in eastern Zhejiang first. So here's the AMD. That missed. So 2d6. Snake eyes. We've had that happen before. Okay, so that's going to be 2 damage on the minor army base out there. Now the major in Vladivostok gets its AMD. Those both miss. 2d6 on that one for 8 damage. So let's go apply some damage. Okay. This minor army base right there gets 2 damage. And this major army base over here gets 8 damage. All right, now we're going to have some shooting at sea. I think I better move stuff over here. Okay, we got her set up there. We've got all of the various types of anti-ship missiles in first strike. And since the Soviets have a pair of cruisers and a pair of frigates they will have 4 missile defense shots in this combat. So we will start off with 2 YJ8s for the Chinese. These are 3 or less. Okay, there is 1 hit. 1 first strike hit, and it is, since it's spy satellite, they're all surface target select. So 1 first strike hit. Now we have 2 regular anti-ship missiles at 5. There is a second first strike target select. And now 2 silkworms at 5. And there are 2 more, so a total of 4 first strike surface target select hits. Oh, wait a minute. The AMD had to roll first. Oh, boy. Got ahead of myself. Okay, 4 AMD shots. There's 3 misses. Okay, all 4 missed, so my mess up didn't cause a problem. Okay, so 4 first strike target selects have to be applied. Well, hang on just a second. Okay, the Chinese admiral has decided he is going to put all 4 surface target select hits on the 2 Soviet cruisers. So, the Soviet cruisers get 4 phalanx defense rolls at 6 or less. 1 of those succeeded. The other 3 missed. So, make sure here. Yep, even though those are capital ships, they only take 1 hit to kill. So, since there were 3 hits between 2 ships, both Soviet cruisers are gone. First strike, they don't get to participate in the defense. Okay, now we have 2 Chinese diesel boats attacking at 3. They both missed. All right, now the defense. Amphib and ASW carrier at 1. There is 1 hit, if you can believe it. They rolled a 1. Okay, now we got a pair of frigates. There is 2. That's what they needed. We'll go ahead and do 3, 5. We'll do the 5 ASW choppers. Actually, no, there's 3 units. So you have to get used to that. Keep going. Okay, the ASW choppers all missed. Now 2 destroyers at 4. Both missed. And SSN at 4. Okay, it got a hit. Now that's the 3 hits they needed, but we'll give them a little more. 2 heavy aircraft cruisers at 5. There's a 4th hit. Pair of Yak 38s at 5. They both missed. And the battle cruiser, just because at 8, he missed. But they did have one overkill. They needed 3 hits and got 4. So the Chinese subs and the missile patrol boat are kaput. But they took out a pair of cruisers. All right. Non-combat. I'll put the Soviets back on their card and move them back over there off camera. That's not critical at the moment. Okay, the H6 did not leave its land zone, so it non-combat's right where it is. For the rest of non-combat, there's going to be a little turtle action here. This field artillery is going from Gansu back to Qinghai. This SAM is going from Gansu back to Qinghai. This SAM from Inner Mongolia is also going to Qinghai. Two paramilitaries from Qinghai are moving over to Western Tibet. Two paramilitaries from Gansu are pulling back to Qinghai, going to leave one behind. The same thing here, one light infantry from Inner Mongolia is pulling back to Qinghai. Leave one behind. Over here. Rocket artillery from Guangxi is moving up here to Zhejiang. So is the field artillery. The SPAG from southern Yunnan is going to eastern Tibet. Field artillery from southern Yunnan is going to eastern Tibet. And that's that. The Chinese are calling a late audible. There is going to be one more combat. No, there isn't. The missile patrol boats don't have sub detection. Never mind. They can't go out there and attack that Soviet SSGN, so never mind that. Okay, they're done with non-combat. So now place units. Three light infantry, I'll clean it up off camera, are going to the major army base in Qinghai. Two light infantry are going to the minor army base in Zhejiang. And the paramilitary is going to Zhejiang. Okay, we've placed units. Now we got to collect money. Chinese, you see, are at 7. 7 plus 3 is 10, plus 4 is 14. That is what they will have for next turn. Okay, and missile business. All right. They didn't shoot any cruise missiles. They shot 2 anti-ship missiles, and they built 1. So, net loss of 1. They shot 2 YJ8s, and they built 2, so that doesn't matter. The silkworms, they shot 2 and built 1. So, net loss of 1. I think that's right. Okay. I believe that's it. Oh, wait. Now, this time we're not going to forget. We got to have our end of turn recap look at things. So, there is the IPP chart. You see that fallout is at 9. We're just going to advance that up to turn 8 while we're here. Okay, here's the tech chart. And here is the strategic objectives chart. I think I've got that all updated correctly. Okay. Ozark Outpost. Over and out.